Meet Olaf Scholz, the man who might replace Angela Merkel as Germany's next chancellor. The German finance minister has the best shot at forming a new German government after leading his Social Democratic Party to a narrow victory in Sunday's parliamentary elections. The SDP won 25.7% of the vote, while Angela Merkel's center-right Christian Democratic Union took 24.1%, according to the federal returning officer. While the tight result means Scholz is far from certain to become Germany's next chancellor, he is in the strongest position to start coalition talks with the Green Party, which took 14.8% of the votes, and the Liberal Free Democratic Party with 11.5% of the vote. He comes across as calm, measured, steady, said Carina Horst, a senior fellow at the German Marshall Fund of the United States in Brussels.
Horst said that as a moderate, Scholz is an outlier within his party. The SPD leadership are mostly leftist-leaning and initially didn't support him. So we don't know yet who he will gather around him and who will influence his leadership style, she added. Horst's colleague and the deputy director of GMF's Berlin office, The David Wilp, said this centrism is another trait Scholz shares with Merkel.
She always governed from the center, and I think he will also try to do that if he does become chancellor, but it will also depend, of course, on what coalition parties demand, she said. Since then, he has served as the vice-chancellor and finance minister in Merkel's grand coalition government, a powerful position in German national politics. His profile rose even further when he oversaw Germany's generous coronavirus compensation programs for businesses, employees, and those who lost income because they had to quarantine during the pandemic. He has been right-hand man when it comes to leading the country over the past 4 years. He's second fiddle to Merkel, but he has tremendous power within the German government, and also in Europe represents Germany when it comes to Euro policies, David Wilp said. Speaking on Monday, he said forming a stronger and more sovereign European Union, as well as working on the good relationship between Germany and the United States, would be his key foreign policy goals if he does become chancellor. He added that as the world becomes more dangerous, democratic countries must cooperate. It is important that we work together, even if we do have conflict in one or the other question, he said. Scholz has had his share of political problems in the past. As mayor of Hamburg, he was criticized for his mishandling of violent protests that unfolded during a G20 meeting his city hosted in 2017. Hamburg descended into chaos during the summit, and hundreds of police officers were injured in clashes with protesters. Scholz had underplayed the potential risk from demonstrations, and so was blamed for the city's lack of preparation. As the coalition talks begin, Scholz will try to lure in the Greens and the FDP, but such negotiations can last months. Until then, the jury is still out on what kind of chancellor Scholz might be. It will be a shift because there is no longer Merkel, Horst said, before adding, "I doubt it will be big."
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.